more cases because more people are being tested. If you do more tests, then you will find out there are more people who have had corona. Number of tests don't matter, number of cases don't matter. Only hospital admissions matter if there's a problem in terms of a backlog, and only deaths, excess deaths, matter. So disregard all lots of new cases just because more people are being tested. Second up, there's some very dodgy maths being used. In the UK, we're told England had the highest number of excess deaths. Well, no, we had the worst way of doing maths. We had everybody who died, whether it was with corona or from corona, we threw them all in the same pot. They all died from corona. Even if you had a leukemia, pre-existing conditions, were very elderly, if corona was in your system, we called that a corona death. That's why our numbers were so high. And Spain too is doing crazy things with maths. They're saying they've got loads of new cases. You'll have seen the graph with that fearsome looking trajectory. Actually, they're also putting in there people who've had the antibody test, who are showing they have the antibody in their system. They're calling those new cases as well. Whereas, of course, those people had corona at some time in the past, have developed the antibody to it. They're not new cases, they're old cases, but they're being thrown into the mix at the same time. And finally, of course, there's this idea of face masks being very important because it's very serious, and the second wave and what's going to happen, and look at all these new cases and oh my goodness. In fact, masks are just a training device, like you might use nappies on your children or pull-up pants. They're to train you to accept a vaccine when it comes. They're to make you think that you can't go outside without needing something. They're to make you feel like you need something to be safe, and therefore you will exchange your face mask very readily for a vaccine when the government suggests that you should have it.
Driving to the sunset, and then we could drive some more. Find a show or a celebration, or whatever the night has in store. So park the car and slam the door. Yeah, we can dance till we can't dance no more. And you can laugh at me, whatever you need. Yeah, we could roll through parties, and I'll be your company. Oh, you'll never be alone. Cry to your tears, 'cause if you need a plus one, baby, I'm always here. Plus ones make two, baby. Can I just dance with you, baby? 2 plus 1 make 2, baby. Can I just dance with you, baby? Plus 1, baby. Whatever you need, we can roll through parties, and I'll be your company. Oh, you'll never be alone. I can't tell if you need a plus 1, baby.
Babies this young are extremely responsive to the emotions and the reactivity and the social interaction that they get from the world around them. This is something that we started studying 30, 40 years ago, when people didn't think that infants could engage in social interaction. In the still face experiment, what the mother did was she sits down and she's playing with her baby, who's about a year of age.
I'm my good girl. Oh.
And she gives a greeting to the baby gives a greeting back to her.
Yeah.
This baby starts pointing at different places in the world, and the mother's trying to engage her and play with her. They're working to coordinate their emotions and their intentions, what they want to do in the world. And that's really what the baby is used to. And then we ask the mother to not respond to the baby. The baby very quickly picks up on this, and then she uses all of her abilities to try and get the mother back. She smiles at the mother. She points because she's used to the mother looking where she points. The baby puts both hands up in front of her and says, "What's happening here?" She makes that screechy sound at the mother, like, "Come on, why aren't we doing this?" Even in this 2 minutes, when they don't get the normal reaction, they react with negative emotions, they turn away, they feel the stress of it, they actually may lose control of their posture because of the stress that they're experiencing.
Okay. I'm here. And what are you doing? Oh, yes. Oh, what a big girl.
It's a little like the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good is that normal stuff that goes on, that we all do with our kids. The bad is when something bad happens, but the infant can overcome it. After all, when you stop the still face, the mother and the baby start to play again. The ugly is when you don't give the child any chance to get back to the good. There's no reparation, and they're stuck in that really ugly situation.
What do you think about that from the president, making it very clear that he wants schools to reopen, and in fact there could be negative outcomes for those that don't?
Well, one, we should definitely open up the schools, and we need to stop listening to Dr. Fauci, who is funded by Bill and Melinda Gates. And all of your listeners know this, I know this, you know this, we all know this, but Jeffrey Epstein's not a good man, and Bill Gates spent a lot of time with Mr. Jeffrey Epstein. So I don't think we should be listening to a pedophile for how to treat our kids, period. And we shouldn't be listening to people who spend time with pedophiles as it relates to our kids. So if Bill Gates wanted to watch my kids as a babysitter, I wouldn't let him do it. I'm certainly not going to use a vaccine he recommends. And Bill Gates has asked Dr. Fauci to serve on his board for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So stop listening to Bill Gates and Dr. Fauci. They are corrupt individuals, and Bill Gates hangs out with pedophiles consistently. Why would he hang out with Epstein? Why would he do that? It's sick.
Okay. All right. Clark, thank you for coming on.